What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Aha. And I did want to apologize to the Aha family. The reason there was such a gap between Aha reactions is threefold, in fact. One, and on a general level, as I've been saying for the last couple months now, I've taken on so many deep dives, which, as I mentioned before, I feel like it's hard to say no in the sense that there's a number of people who've been following the channel for a while, and we've started to go through different groups that they've suggested or made available. And then someone will find my channel and they're very excited, they're very enthusiastic, and they're like, oh, there's one artist I'd love if you can go through, could you check this out? And I feel bad saying like, maybe in 6 months, maybe in a year, especially because they're new to my channel, and I feel like it might be like, oh, well, he's basically, there's a group of people that he's willing to explore music from, but not others. So I have continued to take on deep dives, and it just gets harder to get around to everything. But secondarily, the tune we're going to listen to now, many people will know, Manhattan Skyline, is still probably my favorite Aha track. I just love the balance of it, even though it's dichotomous in a way. I love Morton's voice on the tune. The studio version is rocking. We've heard some great live versions of it. But I've been really keen to hear how it might sound in this acoustic, unplugged setting. And I think because of that excitement and expectation, I perhaps was a bit dramatic and wanted to wait a little bit after going through another tune that is a favorite for many people, Living a Boy's Adventure Tale. But it did go longer than I wanted, which is the third reason, which is to say for 2 of the last sessions in a row, I wanted to do the reaction to Manhattan Skyline, but it kept getting kicked back because, it's an unplugged song, so it tends to have, less big booming bass or kick drums and so on. And tunes that are a little bit quieter in that way I do later in sessions because I can shoot videos later. But like techno, for example, or like hardcore, like real wall smashing material, I can't do that as late. So I kept meaning to get to this, but it got kicked back a couple times, and here we are. It's been 10 days since the last Aha reaction. So I do apologize to all the Aha family, as well as the patrons, a number of whom are from the Aha family. I really do appreciate your support, and ultimately I do feel bad, which is why we're going to listen to this, and then I'm going to do another reaction in the same batch for the next tune. So with no further ado, let's hear it. This is the acoustic or unplugged performance of Manhattan Skyline from Scoundrel Days, their second studio album, 1986, and we hear it here as part of the MTV Unplugged performance 2017.
We sit and watch umbrellas fly. I'm trying to keep my newspaper dry. I hear myself say, my boat's leaving now, so we shake hands and cry. Now I must wave goodbye, wave goodbye, wave goodbye, wave goodbye, wave goodbye. You know, don't wanna cry. to their goodbyes have come to depend on the look in their eyes. My blood's sweet for pain. The wind and the rain bring back words of a song. And they say wave goodbye, wave goodbye, wave goodbye, wave goodbye, wave goodbye. You know, don't wanna fall again.
That's so good.
Don't wanna know this pain.
The cinematic quality, the
Don't want another friend. I don't wanna try again. You know I don't wanna see you hurt. Don't let me see you hurt. You know I don't wanna try again. I'll never see your face again. How can you say that I didn't try? You know I did. You see things in the depths of my eyes, and my life's run dry. So I read to myself the chance of a lifetime to see new horizons. On the front page, a black and white picture of Manhattan skyline.
Doing yoga down the front.
He's doing yoga.
Getting warm? Better? Not bad.
Intriguing. Yeah, I wonder whether the yoga comment, someone mentioned that after a previous song, there were people doing the, we're not worthy, like bowing gesture, and I wonder whether it was something similar to that. Either way, it's brilliant. Like, what do you say? It's probably, as I said, already my favorite a-ha tune, despite, a number of other tracks giving it a run for its money, being on the same level, the same tier, in the same pantheon. But I do believe, for me, Manhattan Skyline remains in the Zeus chair, and this is just amazing. It's definitely, I knew going into it, it's not going to have those rocking electronic guitars. It's not going to be the bombastic tune, at least in part, that the original is. Though again, it's all about the balance. It's all about the two sides of it. But here it's amazing that what was a sort of heavier rock section, and shout out to the people who showed me that clip from, I think it's like Limmy's show or something, now like a year ago, because that really, really made me laugh, and it was essentially indicative of my own response to the song. But here, that part turns into this dramatic, sweeping, powerful, intense, cinematic, orchestral procession of that part. And I like how as the section goes on, it grows in intensity, whereas, you know, the original, it kicks it up a notch a couple times, but there isn't this like growing cacophony or almost like uncomfortable feeling that came with the rising sound of those sections. So yeah, just absolutely brilliant. As I was saying, like, I feel like you could use it, you know, at a very dramatic scene of a TV show, or maybe like the final scene, which like leaves you on a cliffhanger and like goes into the end credits. I feel like it had that level of drama to it. So a really cool rendition, if quite different, at least, you know, how the one of the main ingredients of the tune. The other part of the track, more similar to how it sounds, still a bit different, still a bit, you know, more natural instrument sounding than the more electronic, like harpsichord sound of the original. But yeah, I really like what they did with that. And ultimately, like, as it's getting to the end, and not because of any line or any moment in particular, just hearing that song in that way and imagining what it'd be like to hear it if I was at the show is like making me a bit emotional. So again, I appreciate that there are afters on this album, because it gives me like, you know, 20-30 seconds to sort of okay, so let me talk about the track now. But yeah, it's a legendary tune, and that's a brilliant version. Absolutely love it, and it makes sense that, you know, of the classic a-ha tunes that they would play at a show like this, I love that that would be one of them, and it makes sense to me that it would. So in any case, I'll stop babbling. As I said, I'm gonna do one more a-ha reaction in this batch. I will try to keep them at least like one a week, if not more. Thing is, I now have a few on some different days, especially a-ha related, like regular reactions, you know, Morton Mondays and Walktar Wednesdays, Furo Holman Fridays, and there's some other artists that I'm trying to bunch on Mondays because it helps me remember things or whatever. But then that means that like there's only so many slots for like other reactions, because I only have so much time, and then it's like, oh, I haven't done a punk rock reaction in 3 weeks, or I haven't done a techno reaction in 2 weeks. So again, I'll try to keep a-ha reactions at least one a week, if not more. And again, shout out to the whole a-ha family and the patrons, like I said, as a number of whom are part of the a-ha family. But I have not abandoned you, I promise, and I will continue to go through everything that remains, which is not only this and the remaining parts of Ending on a High Note, even a couple tunes from How Can I Sleep With Your Voice in My Head, but all those bootleg concerts, I know some of which sound better than others, but basically we have many miles to go. I appreciate the patience, and I humbly request continued patience as we go through the rest. So anyway, let me know what you think of this awesome performance. I will see you next time. Peace.